Hey guys,
Sorry.
I
you you want to introduce the podcast this week, Z?
Yeah. Welcome to the Mere Nonsense podcast, my dudes. I am your host, Z, and don't worry about the other two guys. It's Brad and Bilky.
Z's a little drunk today.
Just a little bit.
Is that the same shirt as last week, Billy?
probably.
Is it SBR?
Yeah, it
is
is.
it SBR Wars?
It is. So I was over at my godmother's house because my cousin has been over for like the last month and a half from Mexico. It's her 14th birthday. And she shares in the same week as our other cousin's birthday. So they had them both together. And yeah, my aunts and my mom got pretty fucking drunk, dude. They were all just taking random ass pictures, and it was pretty fucking goofy seeing them the way they were. But and my godmother wouldn't stop feeding me margaritas, so I had 6 margaritas and like 4 beers before I came here. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
And like margaritas to your family is like this much like the mix, and then everything else is tequila.
Yeah. The drink that they were using was Buchanan's,
Oh,
but a bunch of us Latinos say it Bucanas.
Okay, nice. Oh God.
Safe to say I'm feeling it.
So it's 1/3 drunk, 1/3 tired. I don't know what Billy's got going on today. Are you having a good day, Billy?
yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Just streamed for 10 hours, so
Tell me
that was
about
fun.
this new game you're playing.
Oh yes, Surviving the Aftermath. I picked it up literally yesterday because I was in Discord with my usuals, and I was like, they were playing Total War Three Kingdoms, and apparently it's only a co-op player unless you play like competitive online. Then it's all against each other. So while they were doing their own thing, I was looking for a game. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Looks pretty neat. I think it was only like $20 or something. But it's pretty much just your typical colony building survival game. There's some kind of apocalypse happens, and now you're just trying to survive. In the beginning, there's I think like 7 different options that it lets you choose between, and naturally I went for like all of the hardest shit first, so
Worse.
I've already lost like 78 colonists
So everything.
to bullshit. Going strong.
So
It's fun.
I hate survival games and I hate colony games. I don't understand how you can play those, but I mean to each their own, you know.
Hmm.
Um, especially the Company Heroes too. Like that's another one that Billy plays a lot. It just like it is if you have Minesweeper right, graphics wise, like Company Heroes is just barely above it.
Company Heroes 2.
And when he says he plays it a lot, that's an understatement.
That's only 3,000 hours.
Only 3,000
Okay,
hours.
how many hours do you have on not only Modern Warfare, but also on Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Dead by Daylight?
All right, but that's 3 games.
Different games.
That's 3 games, whereas you have
all of them.
You have more than that combined in one game.
You have 3,000 hours for all 3 games.
Okay, so to my point though, that's 3,000 hours, right? For a game that you can have over 720p. Or I'm sorry, if you're talking Company Heroes, 280p.
I'm glad that you did bring up Company Heroes 2, though, because they did actually finally announce Company Heroes 3.
Actually?
That's nice and it's new.
So we're looking at 6,000 hours on that one.
It's actually it combines my favorite elements from the Total War series. So you have an outside campaign map where you can go and capture different objectives, and then if you come into battle with another company, then it actually dives deeper into the classic Company of Heroes top-down RTS.
What the fuck?
It's in pre-alpha right now, so I've been playing that a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
So in short, you're the only one that cares.
All right.
Their Discord has. Let's see, how many people does their Discord have?
This, this one screenshot of the game looks okay.
7,726.
You and 7725 fake
726 people at the very least are playing the pre-alpha.
Hey, it recommends that you have an i7 8700 or a Ryzen 7. So
you have none of that.
It's got to be like me.
No, I'm talking about Billy.
Let's say me. Yeah, for fucking sure. Look at my fucking cam. Like this thing's ugly as shit. I'm on a laptop. This thing's so bad. So shout out to
Billy's gonna take a loan out for that new PC.
Yeah.
I don't need to take a loan out. I already got approved by Dell for like another 7,000.
I mean, like, I can't talk too much shit though because I like old school RuneScape, which is like a total of like 2 pixels. So,
say, isn't that some side-scrolling Mario bullshit still?
Side scroller, fuck out of here! It's full 360, okay?
I saw this.
It's
this
a bird's
video.
eye view.
I saw this video of this
It
chick's
doesn't
like,
have to
I
be.
used to tell people that I was a PKer in 2003 and 2006.
I saw
And
that.
it's over.
It was like an actual like attractive girl, and everyone it's like calls her out on her bullshit. It's like why would you play RuneScape? Because it's the best fucking game in the world. Suck my ass.
Imagine.
Suck eggs.
I love that Sasquatch Hatsy.
Thanks, Dad. It was only $7, and I saw it multiple times when I went to Walmart, and I'm just like, "Fuck, dude, I need it."
Yeah.
I need it.
Oh shit.
Fucking so, Billy, I'm proud of you, dog.
Oh, are you?
You've gone past 5 viewers on Twitch, and up to like almost 300 viewers. Shout out to Bilky. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Her mouth.
So tell us what you said earlier. How many viewers did you have?
I got raided by a party of like 650 something. My maximum viewers for that stream was 802. So I was actually just under 200 away from unlocking another achievement on Twitch so that I can get more VIP badges.
Nice.
Was that your biggest viewer so far?
Yes, so that is the most viewers I've had my whole time streaming.
What was your prior?
What was my prior? During a Company Heroes 2 stream, I got raided by 3 different streamers who brought in around 60 to 70 people each. So around 300 was my last biggest one.
Oh.
But it was especially big this time because the game that I was playing, Conqueror's Blade, they have drops this week. So a lot of people were raiding other people who were giving out drops, and one of the guys who was doing drops just raided me. Even though I wasn't doing drops. Well, this is my 3rd season in.
I'm saying this is the new season, right?
Yeah, this is the new season. It's all Chinese 780 era Steam and units, so music's at least cool.
All those viewers, right, Z? Not a single fucking one on YouTube. Do your job, Billy.
hey, but it comes up on my
and before Billy hits 1,000 viewers.
And before you could join from Billy's stream and say that you were there before he blew up and before we blew up.
True,
right?
true. And another thing that's gonna make him blow up is that new Valve Steam Deck, dog. Just fucking buy that. You'll get like 500
Jesus
viewers right off the bat.
All right.
What would I just record myself playing on it?
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing as recording yourself playing a mobile game.
Yeah.
Look at all those people. They get a bunch of views. I mean, come on, dude. Fucking Ninja getting himself into it as a character on Raid Shadow Legends. Did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't. But I did hear. God, who was it? It was a while ago. Someone else did that too that I followed. Oh, Markiplier. I don't know if it was Raid Shadow Legends or another game, but he was in a game. But yeah, back to Ninja.
But I mean, yeah, they understand. Like that's even though it's frowned upon by like hardcore
Everybody.
people like us. I mean, they're gonna make something out of it. I mean, shit, I would do it if I had the chance. Make myself a dumbass character in Raid Shadow Legends.
Shoot. It's always been a joke though, even when we all were streaming that this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Even before,
even though it wasn't.
Before, we were all just randomly saying that. But yeah, that Valve Steam Deck is pretty cool though. Like, I like the way it is. Like, I talked to Brad about this. I mean, as cool as the Switch is, I would much rather have something that's not exclusive for Nintendo games solely. And I mean, this if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure you could emulate Nintendo games.
Well, it's every game that you have on Steam. So,
but I think it runs off of Windows though.
Yeah, I would say you might be able to pull in other stuff like Blizzard games or.
They said it runs off of Linux.
Oh, is it Linux? So maybe.
Yeah,
that's a big.
So it's even even more mod.
But did you look at like the design of the Steam Deck?
Yeah.
Like does that not remind you of the? To me, it kind of reminds me of the Sega. The fuck was the Game Gear?
Game Gear.
You ever see a Game Gear?
I don't know why it just gives me Wii U vibes.
Oh my god, that looks like... So, that reminds me of something that I would play as a kid, but it would be like, I'd put batteries in the back of it. And, like, it had one game on there that was like only a side-scroller.
You know what that Game Gear reminds me of? This is back when Sonic the Hedgehog was huge and McDonald's was giving those like mini games out with those Happy Meals. That's what that Sega thing reminds me of.
But don't they kind of look the same though?
No,
it's like a Game Gear if you just put the screen down a little bit.
It's a screen. I don't know. I just love like that. Go ahead, Z.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just love how, people are like, oh yeah, the Steam Deck, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's a fucking PSP.
Yep.
It's a fucking PSP. Like, I mean,
PSP was so ahead of its time.
All in all, I just think it's better than the Switch. Like, just for the fact that it's got
options.
More variety. Yeah, more options.
I agree. So one of the funniest things I saw on Reddit when it was announced was the top comment was, oh wow, I can't wait to stare at my library screen while I'm on the toilet now.
That would be me.
And then my reaction was, oh, I could play Binding of Isaac wherever I want. Woo.
Oh my god. Add 300 more hours than you already have just from that.
Hey man, I have more than that. Alright, if we're talking shit about games, I have 378 on Steam, and then I think I have another 200 on my Xbox account. And then I also have the mobile version.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
It's a good game, right?
Hey, man, everyone's got their... I mean, look at Billy. He's probably got 3 times that just on Go.
Well, I mean, if he's got 300 hours and I've got 3,035.
Exactly. 10 times more.
I mean, Co's been out for how long, though?
Since 2017. No, early 2013.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Been out like 8 years.
Dude, it's almost been 10 years.
It's almost been 10 years, and they finally came out with number 3. Jeez. It took them like, I think, 6 years until they came out with number 2.
I mean, look at all the other games that have been taking so fucking long to come out with sequels. Skyrim, but also, Elder Scrolls, right? Fucking GTA 6. I think they said it's not going to come out till at least 2025.
So haven't they just released every year more GTA 5? Like E3, GTA 5.
Yeah, E3, that's all Rockstar is banking on. It's just because it's multiplayer and people like to spend their money
just like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
But Red Dead Redemption has been shitted on for their multiplayer. Like, there's nothing good about their multiplayer.
Well, because
they keep updating it, though, which is weird.
I think a problem is, and I actually talked with a couple of my friends about this earlier, it's a fun game, right? There's so much you can do that's fun. You could lasso people, you can capture them and like put them on fire pickets and roast them alive, right?
Which is hilarious.
Right. But the problem is there's just so many hackers and there's not I don't know if there's just a lack of anti-cheat or
Is that really what their issue is right now?
their issue was a ton of hackers. So my buddy was telling me about it because he actually played it. He played it with, it was him and I think like 2 or 3 of his friends. They all quit the game because they'd be doing something like they'd be doing what's called posse quests or their little group quests, and suddenly they're all pulled in front of a train, like just boop, dropped in front of a train, dead, and they lose their shit. And the guy,
Fuck.
does whatever. So they're like, fuck it, like this game is unplayable because of the hackers.
Damn.
But I guess because GTA 5 is so much more popular, they don't have as many issues with hackers.
The weird part about that is GTA 5 has been out for so long, you would expect that game alone to be riddled with hackers.
And it probably is, but I think what the thing is there's a lot more people who play it that don't hack as opposed to the people who do hack. So there's probably a lot of hackers. I'd probably say 1 in every 5, but
and that seems like the direction a ton, if not every single multiplayer game is going towards is there's so much, there's a certain amount of time you can play the whatever multiplayer game you're playing before it gets riddled with hackers.
Mm-hmm.
So and two points on that. One, name one game that has good anti-cheat. A single game. Siege. So just from my list, Modern Warfare or Warzone, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Siege.
It doesn't even have an anti-cheat.
God awful.
No, it does. Right? It puts hackers against each other. That's their anti-cheat.
But it does. It literally, like when you play, like for example, Siege has BattlEye, and even though it's dog shit, at the very least it has BattlEye. Right.
Yeah,
and Dead by Daylight has some sort of anti-cheat, and you can see it starts up those anti-cheats before you start up the game. Yeah. You don't get Warzone doesn't have any of that, and it's arguably the biggest game right now.
The problem with Siege is not, I guess, okay, BattlEye is decent. They have done a good job, but the problem with Siege is it goes on sale for like $6 so often that the cheaters are just like, oh, I'll just wait for the next fucking sale.
And they're also on the verge of making it a free-to-play game,
right?
Which will make it even more difficult to deal with hackers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do have what's it called though coming out, don't they?
Not Quarantine,
not Armageddon.
But, Extraction.
Yeah, Extraction. So maybe what their direction will be is
I don't think that's going to be enough because
Extraction's going to be.
I don't think that's going to be enough because it's just PvE. It's not PvP. At the end of the day, people are looking for PvP games.
At least cheaters are, obviously.
Yeah.
It was funny. So Billy, I got into a game with. I don't think I mentioned this part, Z. So I got into the game. I got into a solos game with Tim the Tatman on Warzone.
Oh, nice.
He does this series called Spectating Solos, and I got into a game with him, and I was watching his stream. So semi-stream sniping, right? But when I died, I just kind of wanted to spectate with him and see what would happen. The winner was a cheater.
Of course.
He was just tracking people through walls, beaming people from across the map. So there was a point where me and Tim, our spectators ended up like lining up. Like the guy who killed me was finally killed by Tim's guy, and that lined up. So, and we were all watching that, and we just saw his guy get killed by a cheater. It was so shitty. But yeah, like Warzone, any free-to-play game is gonna have bad cheaters, you know.
Sure, but I mean, look at Apex. You're really fond of that game, and I mean, come on, look at that game compared to any game really that's free to play.
But so Apex has a huge community. They're still blowing up with each season that comes out. But Warzone blows Apex out of the water. So player wise, so Apex does have a cheater issue, but those guys go to ranked, they become Preds, and they just destroy people on ranked. But when you look at the size of each game, how many players are going, like Warzone to me is worse because you notice hackers even more. And almost, like, not every single game, but, like, if we played 10 games tonight, I guarantee we have at least one cheater at our KD. You know, like, we have anywhere between a 1 to 2 KD. Now, imagine the guys who have a 3, 4, 5, 6, like Nick Merckx and all them, you know? So, all of those, so my point is, when you go to Apex, smaller player pool, you would expect, there might be more games with cheaters because there aren't as many games going on at one time. Not really. I can't tell you the last time I found a blatant cheater in Apex. But I don't know.
And another thing with that is, especially when Battlefield comes out, I'm gonna assume they're going to eventually implement a sort of battle royale game, because I mean, what giant multiplayer game isn't at this point?
Right.
Like, all eyes are gonna be on them. But at the same time, even though that's the case, there's just too many casual players to even give the slightest fuck to do something about it, I guess.
Right.
Like, everyone's just too busy in their lives to even care about hackers. Like, sure, they'll care about it in the moment. They won't do anything about it afterwards. So it's not like gamers in general can go on some sort of a strike and be like, "Hey, we're not going to play this game until you fix it." That's we're going to be it's going to be a long time before something like that happens, and it's a shame because especially for big games like Warzone and then Battlefield coming up, it's just fair picking for the hackers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So with Battlefield coming out, much like the old Call of Duties, we'll see cheaters every now and then. There's gonna be so many fucking players during that, you're probably never gonna even notice a cheater. But what's funny about the whole like cheating thing is like I didn't really care until I became a PC player, and I noticed it a lot fucking more. And I actually get kind of mad now when I'm playing against cheaters. Where back in like Modern Warfare 2 days, oh, let's go by a cheater. Hopefully, there's not one the next game.
At the same time, Modern Warfare 2 was arguably the best game of that year for multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
And there wasn't as big of a player base as there is now for Warzone. So it's not like there's a giant contrast between those two times.
Right.
Honestly.
But the reasoning for that, though, is there are more gamers now than there were back then. Now gamers are older people, fucking boomers, zoomers, or those older guys, right? And then us millennials, right? We are a peak of video game, like coming up. The years we were born, we had, the Super Nintendo all the way up to what we have today. So we have lived with video games our entire lives. Then the new generation came in with these newer generation of consoles, and now there are more gamers in general. Also, it has become more of a social norm because go back to like early 2000s, you're a fucking nerd if you're playing video games. You still fucking are,
right.
But it's a good thing to be a nerd now.
Right. And then especially our age too, there's people in our generation that are having kids and stuff. So they grew up with our games and they're just like, hey, our kids could do the same thing.
Exactly.
So that's another thing as well. Yeah, there's just even more people playing video games.
Gamer community is multiplying.
You brought up Dead by Daylight. I have in my 400, 500 hours Dead by Daylight, I've never seen a cheater. And I've played
neither, but I have seen them on odds or like big streamers or big YouTubers when they record and put it on YouTube, and you can see how it works.
Right.
But like, yeah, I've never seen it in my personal experience.
How would you even cheat on that game? Like you just see survivors through walls.
It's just, for example, there was a video where this guy, Otstarva is arguably the biggest streamer / YouTuber. He was playing killer and he ended up downing this Bill, and the Bill just kept reviving himself within a second or two. So within that second or two of the killer, like I guess waiting until he can strike again, that survivor was picking himself up in the meantime.
Yeah, and then there was one that came out like a year ago maybe where he downed somebody, the game kind of like lagged for a second, and they were already in the exit gate halfway across the map.
Oh god.
Like so not only did they insta pick themselves up, they shot they super speeded their way over to the exit gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just fucked, man.
But so when I'm talking about like Call of Duty and Apex, like I'm not a good player for those games, so I'm not getting into the sweatiest of lobbies. Dead by Daylight, I've played red ranks. I've played some of the best ranks. I played rank 1s all the time, and I don't see cheaters. And if there are cheaters, I think Dead by Daylight's kind of hard to see too, though. Like you could, if you are a killer and you're cheating and you have like walls, you're just playing it off like you have barbecue and chili or discordance, or like you can easily play it off. But at the same time, I
Mhm.
just don't think that many people are doing it.
Yeah,
But
I
Would you
mean,
say it's a rather competitive game compared to the other ones too? Because I think another contrast is the more competitive the game, the more hackers that tend to pop up.
yeah, I honestly, I feel like cheating is really an FPS thing because I feel like, I mean, you
mhm,
feel good. You feel good when you get like a quad feed or some shit,
Yeah.
right.
So I don't understand cheaters too much because I think that shit's stupid.
Hmm.
But
You
I
didn't
And
earn
do.
then
any of it.
those people that say if you can't beat them, join them. Like you're
No,
the fucking lowest.
no.
You're lower than
You're
those
the
fucking people
problem.
that were already cheating. Like you're just making it even worse than it already was, and you're obviously worse than regular players as well. So it's just yeah, this
The cheating I miss was the shit back in MW2 where you would just have infinite lobbies and you could just farm
Modded
XP and shit.
lobbies.
oh
Yeah,
man, I
Do you
remember.
guys go ahead, see?
I remember jumping into Domination, Modern Warfare 2,
Rust.
Domination on Rust, where every kill was a point and we would have to go up to 1,000. That was a hacked lobby.
But the
And like everyone was still getting a shitload of kills.
I had so
You
the same
spawn and get fucked.
the
Yeah.
the one you and I got into was so it was a ground war on Rust lobbies, so 12v12 on Rust.
Yeah.
But the nuke was going off, but it didn't have a countdown timer, so the game was essentially paused and it was just infinite. It just went
Yep.
on for as long as you wanted, and you could just farm headshots, farm damage, whatever you needed to do. But you were saying something, Billy?
Yeah, I've gone through way back when in the Modern Warfare 2 days. I went through two hacked lobbies. One where it was on, I think, Afghan, the map with the plane that's crashed in the middle.
Yep.
And it was the same thing. The nuke timer was going off in the background, but it wasn't ending. So you just got you take a step and you're dead. You got people literally sitting in the plane, just spinning in circles, shooting and killing everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no matter what, like you were getting all the XP.
Yeah.
So I think I just ended up there because I joined a friend, just join a friend and play with them. And I didn't realize he was in this hack lobby. I came out, it was like max prestige, max everything, blah blah blah. But the second one that I played in is probably my favorite. And I don't know if you guys ever played this game mode, but there was a ghost, and every time you got a kill, that person became a ghost. It was kind of like infected,
Yeah.
and except you could upgrade your character. So the players could upgrade their guns, they could upgrade with equipment, they could upgrade defenses, and then you as this ghost could upgrade your character as well. You can become a better ghost that's harder to kill. Like one of the upgrades was poltergeist, and you literally are stuck prone on the floor, but when you move, it's like you're shaking from left and right, and everything's just blowing up on the sides of you. Like it was fun, super fun. I loved playing it.
Hey,
This is this is
and those types
MW2.
of
Yeah,
What the
yeah, Modern
fuck?
Warfare 2. It was on
yeah.
you'd play it on the terminal map, and you could actually get back where the escalators go up, like you've got that kind of like
Yeah,
in-house burger
inside.
joint, and then you got the escalators.
Yeah.
There was a whole other area behind that people would go and hide. And they'd
Oh
you'd
shit.
go climb up the ladder, you'd put sentry guns down, you'd put
Oh,
claymores,
you're talking
you'd
about
build
where
walls.
there's like almost like storage containers or whatever, and there were like parts that you could jump in between and hide behind.
Yeah, except this one, like it was unlocked. Like that was an area you could unlock, and it was like another, just like a
Oh.
food strip in a mall. But you could
Oh,
actually
okay.
like get up. There are ladders up top you get on top of, and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
everybody
Okay.
would go there. It was real fun. It was a pain in the dick if you were the ghost, but you'd always catch like one or two people that were unaware, thought they were in a good hiding spot. And then from then on, you're just like upgrading. You've got Commando Pro, and you're lunging across half the map to knife people. It was super fun.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
that's probably like one of my biggest, the one of the things I miss most about that game was that mod.
that's how I got 10th Prestige, was a hack lobby. I already got to 10th Prestige, and I was just leveling up to finish the Prestige up. And I got into a game that there was nothing hacked about it other than the fact I walked out with max prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I like walked in level 15 and then I walked out level 70. And I played the game enough anyways where I was going to be 10 prestige either way, so I didn't feel too shitty about it. But I don't know. MW2 hacking was fun to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the lobbies where you just walk in and someone's spinning around shooting. But also the people with the modded controllers with that fucking FAL.
Oh God!
God,
yeah, I remember.
Dude.
I hated that so much. They're firing like 6 shots with one pull of the trigger. It's a burst.
For real,
and
dude.
my trigger finger was
my
good back
God.
then, and I didn't even go
Yeah.
a tenth the speed as that thing.
Yeah, no, it was too fast. Like that was.
You could also put it on the Barrett.
Yeah, I remember a friend of ours actually. He ended up showing me that he went out of his way to get one of those controllers. And watching it in person, I was just like, "What the fuck, man? How's that even fun, dude?"
Right.
Like, even if you're doing it for challenges, like it's still not even fun. It's just like it just defeats the purpose. But then again, we're people that are never gonna end up like going out of our way to do shit like that. So we're not gonna understand that type of mentality when someone actually does go out of the way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I play games because I have fun with them, but I want to be good at them. Like
Yeah.
Siege
I don't want
pissed
something
me
to do it
off.
for me.
Yeah. Siege pissed me off for so long because I was just so bad at it. And when I finally got like the game sense and all that, that's when I really started enjoying it. I think with like Battlefield when that comes out, I'm just gonna have a good time because it's gonna be a mindless, stupid game. Those lobbies are gonna be so fucking big, you're not gonna realize
Yeah.
who's on top or not. But like when you have like Warzone, like any battle royale, like you know where you are. You just got 40th place. Fuck you.
Dude, for real.
That's it is in your face after you lose. It's just like you lost.
You didn't get first. Get fucked.
Yeah.
I actually saw the movie Black Widow yesterday with my sister.
I am
Yeah,
seeing
did
it
you like it?
tomorrow.
I have to say, dude, it was probably one of the most boring Marvel movies I've ever watched.
Oof.
It honestly sticks out like a sore thumb. It doesn't feel like it's in the right place of the whole, I guess, universe schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, at best, the way they set it up was in between Avengers 2 and Infinity War. Or no, Civil War and Infinity War. Maybe it would have been good if it came out around that time, but at the same time, I don't know, man. On top of that, even though it's a Black Widow movie, she has in the movie a sister named Yelena Romanov, which is her younger sister, played by Florence Pugh. She's done a couple movies since, and honestly, she stole the show. Like everyone else had their good moments and stuff, but the chick, Florence Pugh, she literally stole the entire show. Like she was the best part about the movie, and from what they're saying, apparently she's supposed to be like the one to take the place of Black Widow in the future Marvel movies, which I'm okay with because she's just amazing in that movie.
So first of all, Billy, did you finish Loki?
Did they have a new episode come out
Episode
since
6.
I've been over your guys?
Oh,
I have
they're
not
up to, they're up to
seen.
6 episodes.
All right, so I think I only saw 4.
Okay, then I won't say anything on that end. All right, so I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'm more excited just to go to the movies. The movie theater by me has like really good food. It's one of those where you get like a menu and they bring it to you while you're watching.
Yeah, I've
it.
been to that one. It's
Pretty
super
cool.
nice.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that shit. You know, my only complaint, and I understand why it's a thing, is they don't fully turn the lights off. So like if it's a horror movie, like the lights will be dim so you can still see like the crowd and shit. But you kind of have to for the servers, you know. So that's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
it's meant more for like the food service.
Yeah. So,
Which,
but
I mean, it's not too bright and it's not bright enough to like make it not a good experience.
yeah,
You know?
no, I don't think I would watch a horror movie there though.
Right.
Any other
You wouldn't
movie?
watch Open House there?
We're not going back to that discussion.
It's never again.
Jesus. You know, I'm gonna watch Open House 2 just to see what the fuck is going on.
Oh god,
dude,
I
that's
forgot
a
they were
one and
making
done
a
movie.
second one.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch that.
We're gonna watch
Fuck
it,
that.
Z's.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
It's a Netflix
tradition
movie.
now.
We're gonna watch it. It's gonna be free.
Alright.
So I'm going tomorrow. Also the fucking tickets only $8 for this place, which is nice. And I think you have to buy like a drink, but by a drink I mean like you can get a Coke, which is a couple bucks too. I say $8 is great because the movie theater where I used to live is $19 starting for their fucking tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous, and that's a theater that I grew up like not even a half mile or a quarter mile behind it. I was within a maybe 2-minute walk, or exaggerating, but like a 5-minute walk from there, right? And when I was a kid, those movies were $4.50 for a matinee, and then when it was like normal movie theater times, it was like $5. And now it's 19 because they have the shitty ass recliners that aren't even that comfortable. But this place, I am happy that like tickets are only $8, so I'm taking care out tomorrow with tax and everything. It's $19 for just the
Not
two
bad.
of us, which is great.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'm gonna be fat and I'm gonna get a lot of food there. They have
As you should.
yeah, they have these really good chicken nachos.
Oh my god, yeah, those are the best, dude. But their loaded fries was the one I got when I went there with you that one time,
Who
and
did
those
you
loaded
see
fries
with
were
me?
amazing. I don't know, but I went with you and Kara. I forgot what movie it was, but I remember going there with you guys and getting loaded fries, and that was super good.
It had to have been like a Marvel movie or something.
I wouldn't remember. I couldn't tell.
You mean it wasn't
But-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one movie?
No.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back to the movies again.
Oh yeah.
I went a couple months ago, but this will be. Oh, also, I think when I ordered the tickets, obviously this will change tomorrow. 0 people bought tickets already, so I'm
Nice.
gonna have a pretty empty theater. I'm seeing
Well, you
it
are
like,
going on a Monday, so
yeah, Monday at 3:30 in the afternoon. So
yeah.
I'm chill with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So on the actual Black Widow thing, I saw you saw the post-credit scene, I'm assuming?
Yes.
So, without spoiling anything for Billy, I guess they leaked it's not an alternative ending. I guess it's an alternate post-credit scene where someone whistled back. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, they
And
didn't.
so that was a leaked post-credit scene.
Which I'm glad they didn't do.
Right.
'Cause
Because then that would open up for Into the Multiverse and all of that.
I mean, it just didn't fit in general. It just wouldn't fit that ending at all. But yeah, I can say for the specific end credit scene that I did watch, for anyone that has seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and if you didn't, I guess spoilers ahead. They are setting up it looks like they are. That's what they're trying to do. Is a sort of Thunderbolts type of team up. Which, for anyone that doesn't know, Thunderbolts is pretty much Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, run by Thunderbolt Ross. But from Falcon and Winter Soldier, they showed, Soldier. They showed. I forgot her name, but if anyone watched Seinfeld, it's the one Elaine chick that's the main character and one of the main characters on there. But she's supposedly Lady Hydra that's setting up a sort of Thunderbolt style type of team.
Interesting.
She was in Falcon and Winter Soldier in a couple episodes, and then the very ending, the end credit scene of Black Widow. So I mean,
Pet the dog. Pet the
Hail
dog.
Hydra.
Pet the dog.
Hail Hydra.
the dog is Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
She's been napping this whole time. She's ready for bed.
I'm pretty excited for like the whole multiverse shit, but
Same.
the one thing that what you said with that girl taking over for Black Widow. What I find that a little bit of a cop out, just be like because I think of Arrow, where they introduce like World 2 or Earth 2 or whatever, and it's like, oh, this character died. Oh, we have another one. It's fine. Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what that reminds me of.
True.
So, and then if they were to do that thing with Black Widow, it's same thing, you know, like.
Okay, but like in my opinion, after this movie, like I love ScarJo playing Black Widow, but if there's any indication on like how Florence Pugh is gonna play her character in the future movies, she's gonna blow Black Widow out of the water because like she was just so much fun that entire movie. Yeah. That was literally, in my opinion, the only moments where I wasn't bored in the movie. Even like I am a idiot when it comes to like action movies. I'll just watch like I am okay with just watching the action part and that's it. Like
explosions,
yeah, pretty much.
Look, man,
if like the story is good or is bad, I don't care. Like as long as the action is good. The action wasn't even good.
As long as it has action and family, I'm okay.
Family.
I am a fan of Fast and the Furious.
So. Same. You know, I still haven't seen the one where the one right before Paul Walker died, or the one that
Seven. Seven is the last one that he played, which was in the middle of his death.
The one, okay, so the one is that the one where they drive off into the sunset or whatever.
Yes,
part ways?
Yes, that's the one. Because that one they postponed that for a year before they released it. Yes,
and they had to CGI his ass in there.
Yeah, with his brother. Yeah, that's anytime they CGI a person in a movie, like those Star Wars movies, even The Mandalorian. Like anytime they CGI anyone's face to make them look younger.
You just fucking trigger me. Can we talk about fucking what the fuck was that the Star Wars Episode 8 called? Not the last
Rise of Skywalker?
Last of Jedi, right? The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Carrie Fisher's fucking dead in real fucking life. And
before this movie came out.
Before this movie came out, and you are going to they gave her a quote unquote death scene. She could have just straight up died there. Everyone would have been okay with her getting blown out of that fucking spaceship and leaving it as is because we all know she's dead in real life. I understand that she played like the mom figure for Rey to get her out of her head. No, fuck off! Kill Carrie Fisher, kill Leia.
Yeah, there's not enough backstory to like be okay with that either.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fuck Rian Johnson. I'm just gonna say that. Fuck Rian Johnson. He's the one who did. I know he did 8. Did he do 7 as well?
He did.
No, 7 was.
He did 8. 7 and 9 was both J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, fucking lens
and
flare
fuck
guy.
J.J. Abrams too.
I'm okay with J.J.
Look, man, that whole trilogy was complete dog shit.
It was.
Nothing good about it, in my opinion.
So this was broken down, and I agree with it. First trilogy, right? Originals, best story. Okay. Second trilogy, the prequels, best soundtrack, and then the
really good fight scenes. Honestly, like I said, I'm a sucker for action. So
right, but great visuals. They did a fantastic job with all the visuals. Like the fucking my favorite scene out of almost like visually out of any of the Star Wars films is they're on Maz Kanata's planet. I don't know what planet it is. But the bar where Maz Kanata shows like Rey, the lightsabers downstairs underneath the bar. Rey gets like a little attachment to the Force, whatever. First Order comes and they start, shooting at him, fighting, whatever.
Anyways, they started blasting.
Anyways, they started blasting. So the best scene out of all of that is X-Wings flying over the water, coming in for the rescue, with like a really good soundtrack in the background, but front and center is Poe Dameron's black and orange X-Wing, and just the visual of that coming in, and him just wrecking shit as he comes in there, and then him doing like fucking twirls and shooting everybody while what's his name, the black dude who didn't become a Jedi, Finn, as he's just like, that's the best fucking pilot I've ever seen.
And also, apparently, they cut off their whole like I guess, gay relationship that they were setting up between him and Poe.
I never even saw that.
It's just like a bunch of nonsense that they were throwing in there. It's just like one story after another that never connected.
Fuck that Rose plot line in episode 8.
God, yeah. Poor girl, whoever played that character, but like still,
don't give actors shit for their character and for what was written to them. Don't be a shithead.
Right.
It is not her fault that they said you're gonna go kiss Finn.
Give that bullshit to the writers and directors and producers, not the actors.
That's why I don't blame anyone in Game of Thrones except for J&J. Fuck both of them. They fucked up the ending for Game of Thrones, and they can get the fuck out.
You mean D&D?
Did I say J&J?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of J.J. Abrams again. D&D. Fuck D&D.
Yeah, fuck D&D.
Fuck J.J. Abrams and D&D. Fuck all of them, dude.
Fuck all three of them. Yeah.
Okay, but I do like J.J. Abrams, so I mean, not as much, but
yeah, no. I don't get what the whole fucking deal is behind. He did the trilogy of that remake of Star Trek, and that was fucking boring, dude. I watched all 3 of those movies, and there was nothing fun about that shit.
This is where I leave the Discord right now. I don't want any Star Trek slander on this fucking podcast. Those movies are great, and Chris Pine does a good fucking job. Chris Pine does a good job.
No way, dude. There's nothing fun about those fucking movies, dude. I'm not even gonna go into that shit. Fuck that. Billy, do you have anything to say about that trilogy? Or the Star Wars trilogy?
The Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, coming from the guy wearing SBR Wars.
Fuck Star Wars, by the way. I've never watched a Star Wars in my life.
Coming from the biggest nerd I know of Star Wars.
Yeah, so Lord of the Rings started blasting.
Yeah, right.
Another trilogy.
Hot take, all of Lord of the Rings is trash.
This is the best part, because...
So you're going to say that because you know Z likes it?
So, yeah.
That's it. I just wanted to make him mad for a second.
Brad is all about Star Wars, where it's just non-existent future, and then Billy's all about history. Because, that's all he's about.
You say non-existent future, I'll have you know the beginning fucking lines of Star Wars is a long, long time ago. That's history. That's real history there.
Oh, man. Yeah, whatever it is Billy's into, whatever Billy went to school for, that history is non-existent. It's not even real.
What are you talking about? It's literally world history.
And Frank was a fraud.
Oh my god.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Oh my god.
Have you guys seen the obviously stupid fucking theory that Helen Keller's a fraud? People actually believe that she. So people actually believe that she wasn't deaf and blind, and that she. I forgot the woman's name, but she basically has a ventriloquist puppet woman that's explains everything that she says. So
my only comment to that situation is if she was bullshitting it the entire time, she's the very first Jedi.
There you go. So one of the theories is Helen Keller is actually mentally handicapped, and the woman is just feeding off of her, saying, "Oh yeah, no," she's saying, "Yeah." Oh, okay, she's saying that we should end world hunger, and Oh, she's also saying.
My God.
No
one could understand her. Yeah. Just that one person, and she's just going on.
No, it's not even that. It's that she's just speaking gibberish, and the woman is having her own agenda.
Exactly. So she's just going on.
Oh my god. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Oh god, that's so fucked up, dude.
Are there any conspiracy theories that you guys believe in? For me, aliens.
I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it, but in the back of my mind, I kind of want to just because it sounds so stupid. Is chemtrails.
Oh my god. Return to the Frogs game!
There's no such thing as birds. They're all surveillance drones.
Especially for anyone that listens to Joe Rogan podcast consistently, especially when Eddie Bravo talks about it. And he's just like, my only source of credibility is YouTube. So if you don't believe me, look it up on YouTube.
Oh my god. The fucking what Billy just said with the birds are just surveillance drones.
Oh
You know, people are saying that COVID was created by the government so that they could change the batteries on the drone.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude! Like,
I 100% believe in aliens. I just don't think it's possible for them to come here. I think that's just how are we gonna have a universe so fucking big? You know, fucking flat Earth. Earth's flat. I believe in it now.
Speaking of flat Earth, did you see the flat Earthers that disproved their own theory?
Yeah, they drilled the hole in, and the light was actually supposed to keep going.
And they're like, yeah, no, if it's flat, it'll be 17 feet. It's all right.
I don't see it.
Are you holding at 17 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's at 17 feet. Can you hold it above your head? Fuck.
Ugh. Yeah,
flat earthers, man. Those are the same people that probably believe that the moon is yellow.
They also believe airplanes aren't real.
The moon is yellow.
Dude, all right, Brad. There is someone that graduated with us. Oh, no. Someone that graduated with us that fucking full-heartedly believed that the moon was yellow. I had the fucking biggest argument with her about it. This is back when our buddy Anselmo, that was on one of our episodes recently, he was kind of having a thing with her, and at one point she was hanging out with him.
Don't dox her. Give me initials.
H.O. And no, I mean, yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You can text him. Text him the name. He's lost still.
Let me up!
Yeah,
all right, she's the fucking type to believe that.
Now you fucking know, dude. Oh my god, she had like 3 different I guess personality changes in a matter of like 2 years because of all the shit that she believed in, and that
drugs are hell of a drug. Oh, that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
Drugs are hell of a drug.
Yeah, and that fucking yellow moon was one of them, and it's just like, dude, drunk me had an argument with her about it, and drunk me fucking
made more sense than she did.
Yeah, when she was sober, and it's just like, guy,
look, man.
No, how the fuck could you believe that, dude? Like.
All I'm saying is, how do we know if the moon's not yellow? Because we've never been there, you know.
What is the moon made? What is the moonlight?
Was fake.
Okay.
The moonlight is literally just the reflection of the sun.
Yeah.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
I don't deep dive into any of these conspiracy theories, but apparently there is enough evidence for the moon landing to be fake.
Yeah, it was in Hollywood. The Hollywood basement.
But
the fucking there's no wind. Why is the flag moving? It's kind of so one thing, I don't believe this, but like the more I get through life, the more I'm like, what if? Like the whole we're in a simulation shit of something happens and you're just like, how are we not in a simulation when shit like that happens?
Yeah, like those glitch in the Matrix videos.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So for me, it's such a little thing, but you ever get it where you've never heard a word before, and then that word just pops up fucking everywhere, and in movies, and it's people you could argue that it's because you know that word now, you just recognize it more. No, I know I've never fucking heard this word in my life. Why'd I hear it 6 times in 6 different places at this thing? And it's just they programmed a new fucking word in my head.
Okay, but that also, I honestly, that also goes with if you're into a certain car that you're looking at possibly getting, or you're just into that car in general, Like you'll just start seeing it more often in the road when you're driving.
Well, that's what I just said. Where like it could,
Yeah, like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it
Could be.
could also go with the cars and stuff. Like it's not just that where
they program the new car in.
yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
exactly.
It's in your head.
I never heard of a Lamborghini.
They do it in your
Aventador.
sleep. They go in, put a probe up your butt in your sleep.
No, like the whole simulation thing is like, well, like so what I think about it, like, would it be more Matrix where we're just hooked up to a computer as like these malnourished fucking beings and our brains are attached to a supercomputer, or are we like actual programs that are, you know, like in our video games? Am I a fucking NPC? Like,
Good question.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Like I said, I don't believe it, but like interesting thought, you know.
Hmm.
It is.
There is so one conspiracy theory that I like. Again, I don't believe it because I haven't looked too far into it, but like Hitler didn't shoot himself, right? Like he went to fucking Austria.
I mean,
Here
they
Billy
never
goes
found
with
the
that
body.
big ass sigh.
Billy went to Austria. No, Hitler went to
That's
Austria.
the biggest sigh I've ever seen you take, bro.
But,
What are you gonna say?
Historically speaking, from what we know, 3 brave soldiers named Broadway. Just kidding. That's a whitest could you know skit. But there's no evidence to suggest that Hitler really did or didn't commit suicide. I don't even think they found his wife's body, Ava Braun, but they did find like cyanide capsules or testimonies where his top generals were forced to take cyanide capsules that were in that bunker with them. But there's nothing really, saying that, yeah, Hitler was there. They never found a body. They never found a grave site. And one thing about the Germans at that time was they were very meticulous for their paperwork. So if there was a body, then there definitely would have been some kind of marking that the body was there or some kind of record of it. They had such good record keeping that they knew where all of the German mines were that they planted throughout the entire World War II, and were able to disarm them and pick them up. It was the Allied mines that are still, potentially in the ground in those countries. So I don't know. Did he live in Austria until he was in his 80s? Did he move to Australia and fight kangaroos? Did he?
Cue the X-Files music.
Yeah, X-Files music.
Hot take. Hear me out. Hitler did 9/11.
Oh man. Well, I mean,
He flew the plane.
everyone knows that World War II was just spark notes and like everything else.
Spark.
Everything else you just have to fucking go out of your way to look into. Like after the war, just the US doing random fucking executions on Nazi soldiers, and there was another one where they liberated a camp or whatever and let the camp fucking kill whatever Nazis were left over, stuff like that. I mean, it's just things. I mean, it's just things like that that they will leave out of the history books, and you have to go out of your way to look into.
Well, yeah. So history is always written by the victor. That saying exists for a reason, for sure.
I was about to say the same exact thing, but in a much more mocking tone.
But everyone here has seen Band of Brothers, right?
Nope.
Yes, a long
You've
time
never seen
ago.
Band of
I don't
Brothers? You should
remember.
watch
I
it.
hate horror movies, or not horror
So
movies.
it's
I hate
it's a,
war
it's not a
movies.
movie. It's a war series. It's
I hate
it's an
war
HBO
movies.
He says-
10-episode miniseries.
Oh
War
god,
And it's actually really good. You should watch it. It's fun.
I
The
hate
only-
wars in movies too.
The only war movies that I have watched are because my dad's like, "We're gonna go watch this, son, and you're gonna learn about America."
America.
But so in one of the episodes, did that fucking yellow T-shirt just move in your closet, Brad?
Oh my days. Just
So
don't look.
anyways,
Keep talking.
He's gonna think about it now. So, anyways, you remember?
Well, so
I don't know.
now
You
he's
said, you said it was a lot.
Ah, shit. Look what you did, Billy.
Said it was a while ago, but you remember the episode where, oh, what the fuck's the lieutenant's name? One of the lieutenants
Was it the redhead dude?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Lieutenant Winters. But the lieutenant, he has a Thompson, and he offers the Germans a cigarette, and he says cigarette and cigarette, and they all take it. He lights it for them, and then he just hoses them down with the Thompson. Now there were many cases where stuff like that did happen because
Right.
them being an airborne unit, they're already behind enemy lines. They could not physically keep prisoners while behind enemy lines. Otherwise, they get caught, then there's more people added to the things. They had no way of getting them back safely. I
Right.
think they had a specific code written just for them so that they could do that. I mean, it wasn't exactly aligning with the Geneva Convention, but it was like, you're behind lines, it's okay. There's another scene later on where British soldiers have German soldiers kneel like on their knees, hands behind their head, and then they just come out with a Webley and just boom, 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 and an officer just executes all three of them in cold blood. I'm sure a lot of that happened as well. But what really got me was, now this is a lot of like personal digging, and then a lot of like my friend who did personal digging as well. And this is where a lot of people get hotly contested because it involves the Holocaust and the Holocaust numbers.
Right.
So the Red Cross initially went through, and there's records of the Red Cross going through, comparing German documentation of how many people were in what camps, what they were doing, blah blah blah, and the numbers were nowhere near like how much it is now. Because what do we say now? It's like, what, 6.2 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust. Like the numbers were a lot smaller compared when the Red Cross was comparing the German notes. And then a lot of people who believe that these numbers should have been smaller believe that it's because the Russians, when they would go past camps, they would inflate the numbers. Oh, this place had a million people here. This, whatever have you. And then you got the people from the other side who believe that it was that those numbers are accurate. Who say, well, those numbers are accurate because they found documents or whatever. I don't particularly care which one's right. In the end, people died and they shouldn't have. It's a tragedy either way. But one of my friends was telling me that there was the most famous general, probably, or one of the most famous generals in the U.S. Army, General Eisenhower, actually believed that we should not have fought the war against the Germans, but rather should have joined on the side of the Germans and fought the Russians.
Ooh. Ooh.
Maybe we should have killed a couple Jews. That's
what
that's
a
what
heavy
Billy's saying.
fucking. What a heavy statement to bring up.
That is not at all what I'm saying about
okay, sure.
killing die Juden, but
Jews'
lives matter, okay? Don't
all lives matter, right?
Stuff like that honestly makes me really appreciate the, I guess, freedom of speech, or everyone having their own views on something, because like I mean, yeah, that's fucking horrible. And in my opinion, that's horrible the way that guy's statement went about, where he's like, yeah, maybe we should have joined the Germans instead of the Russians. Because you see a viewpoint like that, and it's just like, instead of just seeing one righteous, straightforward viewpoint of just like, Germans were like completely bad and stuff, you see something like that, and you're just like, fuck, dude, that's. I mean, could you just? It just brings up more to the imagination.
So just for the record, right? Okay, Germans did fucked up shit. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
Like don't kill the Jews. That's bad. Don't do that.
Don't kill anyone,
I agree with the history books of like that was bad. The U.S. also has done a lot of fucked up shit, and I'm sure the Russians did do a lot that we never saw. But like
everyone has.
When it came to the war, like I mean, we dropped 2 nukes on Japan.
Yep.
Like it's bad. Like nothing in history is good on any of our sides.
Right.
But it's like, again, like history writes or the winners write history, whatever the fuck. Um, there is just way too much on every side that we don't see. But I also, it is blatant that Hitler was hooked up and that exterminating not only Jews.
Aside from that, no one talks about how fucking hated they were.
Yep.
Like even if they were just regular citizens, they were absolutely hated.
Just for being Japanese. And they would come home from these internment camps where, they still did work. They probably, got fed and had water and stuff, but they weren't allowed to leave these camp fences. And when they got home, their property was destroyed. There would be graffiti all over, like "Go home," insert Japanese racial slur here. And what did the government do to help them? Absolutely nothing.
And the modern day version of that right now, I'm sorry to cut you off. Modern day version of that right now is having to deal with Arabs, Muslims, Pakistanis, and anyone that's in that Middle Eastern side of the world, just because a certain part of human beings are terrorizing their own home and the rest of the world. Like some things just don't change, unfortunately, and it's just sad to see that.
Without getting into politics too, like on top of that, look at how we're treating immigrants or quote unquote illegal immigrants, right?
Yeah.
However you feel about that, what the U.S. is doing isn't good. Like you can't age kids and shit. Like that's on a similar note to an internment camp, right? I don't know.
That's dehumanizing.
Right.
It is.
I don't know to what extent that how they are being treated because they don't release that shit. But same thing with like the Japanese internment camps. Like who knows what actually went on with
only the people that really work there have to deal with it, understand what's going on. We only get a certain viewpoint of it.
So I don't know, just love thy neighbor, right? Don't be an asshole. Man, all right. So I gotta end the podcast in a second, but I wanted to bring up a fucking commercial I saw yesterday, which brings me on this point. It was I saw it on Reddit, and a commercial made me tear up. Actually, it was this guy. He's just walking down a street, starting his day, and some water from this building starts coming down, and he sees a plant, and he moves the plant in front of it so it waters it. And then he's crossing the street, and this old lady with a bunch of stuff, and he helps the lady cross the street, and it does that multiple times. And one of them is there's a homeless daughter and her mother that are always in the same spot, and he always gives them a little bit of money, and it shows like him not having that much money in his wallet, and it progressively shows him get kind of like more down on himself because he's not well off himself at all, and he gave the mom and the daughter like some of his last bit of money. And then the part that got me is he goes up to, and I don't know this is a commercial at this point, so I don't know what I'm watching. So he goes up to the mom and the daughter's gone, and like me being just a Reddit viewer, I'm like, is this kid fucking dead? Like, did you just do that to me? No, little girl comes around the corner with the whole school outfit on because he was able to give enough money for them to.
I remember seeing that commercial,
and I'm like, oh, it hurts. It was a fucking Thai life insurance commercial. It's like, why you gotta do that to me, man?
Dude, there's something about like all those overseas commercials that just go above and beyond like what a regular commercial is compared to North America and stuff.
I mean, have you seen the new recruiting videos for the Americans versus I think like the Chinese or the Russian military videos?
Jeez, no.
Oh my God, someone was going off. They compared them, and they're like the American video, the American commercial for the military looks like a bunch of pansies, and they're like, I get it, it's supposed to be exposing the duality of the soldier. You're a soldier, but you're also a mom or a dad or whatever, your son, a father, brother, whatever. But in the Chinese one or the Russian one, it shows them doing all badass stuff. It's kind of like that Family Guy episode where the army comes in to recruit and they ride in on Humvees and they're firing the 50s, and then it goes into them like dropping bombs and doing all kinds of like badass shit, and it's cool to watch, and Commercials. Commercial
Ah.
overseas, I feel like, are always going to be a lot better than
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that up, and then also end the podcast on like a
happier note.
Just
Somewhat.
like love each other. Don't be dicks.
Yeah.
Like stop being fucking assholes. Like
Being nice goes a long way.
We're all in this shitty simulation together, you know.
Yeah, we're all in the Matrix.
We're all in the
We're all in
fucking
some
Matrix.
alien
Like,
plate.
we all need to wake up and go fight the fucking aliens that are controlling us, or not. Maybe you're Jeff Bezos. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos, if you're watching this.
Bro, just get stuck up there, guy. Just stay stuck up there.
Yeah.
Stay stuck up there.
All right. I have to get going myself, so I will end on a note. On this note, any last minute thoughts, guys?
Love you.
No.
Love you guys. Bye.
Deuce.